What is happening? It is the 7th vlog. It's mad, I can't believe it. And I know I said last week that I wait until like the day before to film, but the reality is like in just over a week, so much has happened. Like so much so that it's just enough stuff for me to talk about to record this on a Tuesday. And this is literally what I'm doing. I'm sat in my shed, I'm gonna tell you guys and girls what I've been up to. And I've got it, it's done, there's enough. And it's like, fucking hell, it's insane. So let's drink some coffee, let's enjoy this, and then let me tell you about what's been going on. Right, so what we got? So I mentioned multiple times about the platform and you know how we were pretty much there and la-di-da-di-da. Well, guess what? We're now in beta testing. We've now got people on there. They're starting to use it. They're starting to go through it. You know, they're getting back to me on little bits and bobs that they think that, you know, could be improved and all of that stuff. And it's awesome. Like, it's been such a crazy journey. You know, I know I've mentioned it before, but it really has. And it's been, there's moments when you think like, and even now, like, don't get me wrong, it isn't like I think I've made it. But there are moments where you think, like, is this really going to work? Like, can I really do this? You know, are people gonna come across and start to use it and see the benefits to it? And obviously, they're questions that I'm still not able to answer. But the fact that I think right now, as I speak, I believe there's 7 people, me included, on it, and you know, we're using it. That for me is like a massive accomplishment, because you know, there really was times where I was like, can we? Will it? I don't know. You know what I mean? And we're there. You know, like I said, we've got people on there. You know, watch this space. Let's see what we can do with it. I think there's still a lot more to come. There's obviously the virtual cigar lounge, which is going to be incredible. I cannot wait to get that going on the platform on subkultr.com. The fact that it's going to be just this community of people that love these things. So if you love cigars and you want to get more involved in a like-minded community of people, head over there, sign up to the waiting list. Or if you really want to get on as an early user and you want to be one of the people that shape how subculture continues to develop, feel free to reach out to me, whether you want to drop a comment here on YouTube, or whether you want to reach out to me on Instagram or drop me an email, whatever. If you know me, you already know how to get hold of me anyway. So, what else have we been doing? Well, I was lucky enough to get invited to my friend's incredible show. It's more like a music, bike, hillbilly, redneck type of show that Jake does up at Slate's Farm. I was able to get there on the Saturday afternoon, meet up with some incredible people, meet up with some people I haven't, you know, seen for a while, and just see, like, just stand back and watch what my friends, both Jake and his wife Lauren, have achieved with the Backwoods Barn Jam. Incredible. So if you, unfortunately, you missed out on the Backwoods Barn Jam, but however, you can head over to www.customcultureblastoff.co.uk and get yourself a ticket for that weekend, because we're going to be there. Subculture is going to be there. We're going to have a trade stand and everything. I know I'm saying this, and I'm saying this because it's going to happen. Right, I've got to show you these. My mate Merlin, dude, if you are watching this, you are a legend. So my mate Merlin saw my video, reel, whatever. I think I did it also on one of the vlogs where I mentioned about my original tattoo machines. And he dropped me a message and he was like, I've got some machines if you want them, if you're interested in taking them and basically becoming the new owner of them and look after them, and you know. Anyway, check out these bad boys. Yep, if you can see it, original Mickey Sharpz. Serial numbers, They're there. Original Mickey Sharpz. Fucking incredible. Merlin, absolute legend. We'll know a little bit more about Merlin. Merlin is a blacksmith. He makes swords, knives, he makes sculptures. Like, I will put his link to his website here. He is on Instagram, he's on Facebook. Like, the dude is a legend. And I met Merlin originally at the first Backwards Barn Jam that I went to back in 2024. The dude is into bikes. He's actually building a bike this year for the Budget Biker Build-Off. It's going to be at the Custom Culture. So if you want to meet Merlin and you want to, he'll teach you how to shape things and forge things. And I don't know much about blacksmith and forging and that, but it looks incredible. But he will teach you the basics. But dude, absolutely love these machines. So what else have we been doing? So we've finally released, I say we, I don't know why I say we, it's me, right? I'm doing like 95% of this stuff. Apart from the platform, obviously I haven't coded the platform. I've obviously been a massive shaper of what it is. What I wanted here and what I wanted there and what I want the platform to be able to do. And obviously, the guy that's coded it, he has worked his magic and done a lot of other things. I've managed to release the first episode of my build series. That's on this YouTube channel that you're watching, on 666 Customs. This is actually, for those of you that don't know or haven't seen any of my stuff on any other social media platforms or watched any of my podcasts, this here is the reason why this whole thing started. Why 666 Customs started, why subkultr exists. It was the idea, right? I had this idea that I could create content on YouTube and release videos. I didn't know if I was going to be, I didn't know what else I thought. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to do this. I take a massive inspiration from other YouTubers, and one of the biggest inspirations I took, and I mentioned it before, and I don't know if I mentioned it on the vlogs, but I took a lot of inspiration from Matt Armstrong. You know, I mean, he's saying his hard work beats talent. You know, he doesn't claim to be a fabricator, he doesn't claim to be a mechanic. You know, obviously he's clearly very knowledgeable and he's got an incredible team around him. But he just had this desire and hunger just to keep going. And I just thought one day, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this. If Matt keeps saying if I can do it, anyone can. So I thought, you know, fuck it, I'm going to have a go at this. And that was like 2024. And it's like, it's taken 3 years. Or just shy of 3 years. 3 years, 2024. 2024, 2025, yeah. But anyway, it's taken nearly 3 years. Whatever it is, I can't fucking remember now. It's been a long time. It's been a very, very long time. And this is like what I'm saying, like, we went from an idea of creating a YouTube channel, which I created, to filming my build, which I didn't do for ages. I ended up then falling onto podcasting, which kind of like not knowing right at that moment that this is where it would come to, but thinking about it more and thinking about it now is my values have never changed. I started podcasting, interviewing people, because I felt that there was room for the little guy, the people that didn't have hundreds of thousands of followers and was working on like high-end stuff, or, you know, designer gear, like hand making bags out of Louis Vuitton or whatever it is. You know, not that there's anything wrong with that. I think that stuff is truly incredible. But unfortunately, people seem to gravitate more to that, or at least the majority of people. And then the little people that are like using cheap materials or are only just starting out and they're not at the level they are now or whatever. Like, I just felt that there was an opportunity to capture these people's stories. And even then it was like, I didn't have equipment to do it. Like, I was literally going live on Facebook, and using my son's fucking microphone and a cheap webcam, and that's what we did. And we did that, and then obviously we progressed. And I know I'm going over the same stuff, but like, you know, you can really see like the progression. But then to fast forward to like what subculture is becoming is like, and what it is and will be, the values have never changed. Like, I wanted to build a social media platform where people that aren't judged by their following. Like, oh, you're good or not. Like, it's like, and I don't want people to be robbed. Like, obviously you've got to pay to run your business on there, but you're not going to worry whether you make X amount in sales or X amount in sales. Your price never changes. Like, obviously, yeah, it's not as good if you're not doing many sales, but when you do loads of sales, it's when it's perfect because the prices haven't increased. I don't take a percentage of your sales. You know, I don't control your money. It's like, that's not how this works. And that's literally where it's like a full circle moment. Like, you know, like I was filming like for over a year, building this bike, and I'm still looking at it, and it's still a bare frame right now, but you know, we've had a lot of progress. And I've done 20 plus pieces of content for Subkultr. They're all set up on Subkultr YouTube channel. Yeah, it's just, that's why there's just so much to talk about. Like, yes. So what else have we been up to? Well, I was lucky enough to go and do a welding course with Bob. With this dude right
Bob,
here,
the man himself.
Machine shop.
See, I told you, I fucking knew him.
I was able to learn the basics of TIG welding, and it was the basics. Like, it was an incredible experience. It was incredible to be able to go down and spend the day at the machine shop. There was a group of 4 of us. 2 of the other lads were MIG welding. 1 lad was on the lathe and the miller and all of that incredible stuff. And I wanted to learn how to TIG weld. I wanted to learn how to TIG weld because I need to build the exhaust system for my build. And I tell you what's funny is I said to my mate, I said, I want to learn how to TIG weld. So I don't even have a fucking TIG welder. I was even able to stay back for a few more hours after the course had finished and start mocking the exhaust up. And not only that, I was able to get Bob's input. Now, obviously, I've built an exhaust before. You know, I built the original exhaust that I did for this build years ago, because I've owned this bike for years, and it's already been through like several renditions, which obviously if you've watched the first episode of the build series, you'll see it was kind of already modified anyway, because it's like, well, it was like I'd already started fucking about with it before. I'd already cut it up before. Then I obviously wanted to start rebuilding it, and I started adding bits in, and I started to attempt to do the build series all with a camera phone, and like it just wasn't like the content. I don't even have the content now because it was shocking. Like, if you have watched it this far in, stick with it, be patient with the build series, because I've progressed a lot. Like I said, started off with a kit lens. We're on this better lens. We're on the Viltrox 9mm, which I fucking love it because it's like, especially in the shed, because the shed's not huge. The shed is, well, so it's 10 foot by 8 foot. It's not huge, right? It's obviously it's a good size, and I know a lot of people out there would love to have this size shed, and it's great for me. But when you're filming, it becomes very small. So just stick with it. Just be patient. I am getting better through the whole build series, and you know. So, yeah, there we are. We have literally been flat out. It's been awesome. Like, here is the start of my downpipe for the 125/350 build. This was a combination of Bob suggesting angles and me tacking things on. Like, I say I learnt the basics. Unfortunately, I think I had the temperature up a bit too high when I was tacking this stuff together. But this was TIG welded, TIG tacked, whatever you want to fucking call it. TIG tack, TIG tack. So I tack welded this with the TIG. So a massive shout out to you, Bob, for helping me with this so far. And you're just going to have to watch the build series to see where we get to with it all. There's so much more to come. Massive thank you to you all. If you stuck around, hit that subscribe button, because you're going to follow the build series. Please hit the like button, give it a share. all of that stuff, because we are going places. This is happening. It's going to be great. Like we've got a massive journey ahead of us. And I will see you all on Subculture. Peace out.